All right. Why am I hearing so much feedback? There we go. Turn that down, turn that up. That down. All right, here we go.
This is the Preston Indians pregame show. Coming up, we'll take a look at tonight's game. We'll hear from the coach and look at the pregame stats, all leading up to tonight's action. You're listening to live coverage of the Preston Indians on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
And a very pleasant good evening, everybody, as we welcome you to another night of Preston Lady Indians basketball. As tonight the Lady Indians are on the road as they'll take on the Pocatello Indians in Pocatello. Welcome to the pregame show tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Dan Hubbard here, and John Beverly back in studio, our studio engineer tonight. First off, right at the top of the bat, we do not have any video tonight for the game for you here on mylocalradio.com. If you would like to watch the game, it is available by ordering it online at nfhsnetworks.com. But we'll proceed with tonight's broadcast here. We'll bring you a traditional radio broadcast here this evening as the Indians take on Pocatello here tonight. For the Indians, they come in tonight's game, the number one ranked team in the 4A division in Idaho, with an 11-3 mark so far on the year. They've won 3 straight games, and with a win tonight, they can set a new high water mark for consecutive wins in a row this year, as they also won 3 games in a row earlier this year. Tonight also is the opening game of Southeast Idaho Conference play for both Preston and Pocatello here this evening. And the Pocatello Indians come in tonight struggling on the year. They are 1-10, and they've lost 5 games in a row so far this year. Over the last several years, the Preston Indians have pretty much had their way with Pocatello. When you look back all the way back to 2006, Preston and Pocatello have met 34 times in total, with Preston winning 21 of those over the years, including the last 5 meetings in a row and 9 of the last 10 overall against Pocatello here as well as we head into the game here this evening. Preston coming off a big win in their last game against Logan, which was back on the 29th of December. Again, that they won 56-35 to run their record to 11-3. Kylie Larson led the Indians in scoring with 21 points in the game that night. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll sit down and we'll visit with head coach Ryan Harris. We'll do all that as we continue after this on KACH and mylocalradio.com.
KACH, My Local Radio.
Hi, everybody. It's Dan Hubbard for ChemDry of Northern Utah. Are you worried about the safety of your home or business? Well, ChemDry of Northern Utah can help. Their new Micro Pro Shield service disinfects, then adds antimicrobial protection for up to 90 days. They use patented technology to create a layer of spikes on surfaces that mechanically kills microbes on contact for up to 3 months. Their hospital-grade disinfectant is EPA approved for use against SARS-CoV-2, the very cause of COVID-19. It's simply ideal for residential and commercial settings. If you'd like more information about their new Micro Pro Shield service and you're in Cache or Box Elder County, make sure you call today, 435-752-6100. That's 435-752-6100 for ChemDry of Northern.
Sushi, a word that is as fun to say as the food is to eat. Try it. Say sushi.
Now run down to Stokes Market and pick up some fresh-made sushi. Yes, I said Stokes Market. They now have the family fresh sushi specialists making outstanding sushi platters and party trays fresh every day. They even make up custom platters so you can get your favorite sushi dishes. Any kind of fish upon request, even vegetable sushi available with no meat. Enjoy the fresh-made platters already available or order the kind of sushi you want. Give them 2 hours and a special custom sushi platter will be waiting for you at Stokes Market in Preston. Go ahead, say it. I know you want to. Sushi, fresh for you right now.
Tonight's pregame visit with the coach is brought to you by Rounds & Associates Insurance Services Incorporated, the local independent insurance agency offering you many different options for all of your insurance needs. Call for your competitive quote today at 208-852-20. At Rounds & Associates Insurance, we've been in business since 1948. And while many of the faces may have changed, there's one thing that still stays the same: our personalized customer service. Our customers will always come first, whatever your needs. At Rounds & Associates Insurance, we have many different insurance options and can find the right option for you and your needs. Call us today to find out more. 208-852-2500. 208-852-2500, or drop by the office, 85 South State Street.
KACH.
Welcome back here to the pregame show. We'll speak with Ryan Harris for a few minutes as the Indians get ready to take on the Indians at Pocatello High School. You know, we haven't seen you play now for a little bit. You've been on the road and the boys tournament things going on, and all of a sudden here you've put together still a great record, 11-3.
Yeah, the girls are playing well. We went down to Jordan, played some tough teams down there. That was a lot of fun, good experience for the girls, and some big teams. Played some girls at Pleasant Grove had a 6'3" girl. Jordan had a gal that was every bit 6'2", and she's going to be going to UVU to play next year. And so yeah, and then Highland, and then down to Logan. Logan's got the Karshner girl that's playing at BYU. So we faced some tough competition, and the girls played well, done a good job.
It was funny because I ran into Sydney Marlowe back here at the school after you guys got back from that trip down to that tournament down in the Jordan area, and she said she really got an eye-opening experience from how different the girls play in Utah, but how tough they play and how she had to step up her game.
Yeah, they played physical, but talking to the Jordan coach after, he said, we're kind of known as the physical team down here, and he said, credit to your girls, they came in and they matched us. They gave us all we wanted, more than anybody else ever has, and so that was a good compliment to the girls from the opposing coaches. The coaches recognized that, hey, these girls from small town Idaho, little 4A school in Idaho, come down and kind of throw us around a little bit. So no, the girls stepped up and did a good job.
So last time out here a few days ago, you were before the break for the New Year's, you took on a pretty good Logan team, and you handled them pretty well as well. Yeah,
we started out really strong. The girls did a nice job. Logan came out and put some pressure on us, and we just told the girls, hey, if you execute and take care of the basketball and move it down the court, it'll turn into a layup drill, and that's what it did. We put up 20 points in the first quarter and really did a nice job, and then kind of had our lulls there in the second and third, which kind of what we've been doing. That's been our MO so far this year, but then they really stepped up and had a nice fourth quarter. Kylie came into her own and put her imprint on the game.
I've noticed that Kylie had a good game. Also, Meek had a good game too. Put up some good numbers.
Yeah, down there at Highland, Haley had a great game there at Highland and played really well. And then, we missed her in the Logan game. She set out. Had that hip surgery and just needed some time off. And so she took a game off, and now she's back going at it and feeling great, and so ready to go again.
So tonight you get your first look at Pokey. It's your opening game in conference play, and what becomes a very important game against Pocatello tonight.
Absolutely. We've talked about it all year with the girls. We have 4 games this season that matter. We could go 4-17 and be sitting where we want to be sitting going into the district tournament, getting ready for state. And so doesn't matter what we know Pocatello has only won 2-3 games. They haven't done very well, but you know what? They'll come out and get after you. If we don't take them serious, if we don't get after them early, then could find ourselves in for a long night and a dogfight there at the end. So we got to take care of business early and make it the kind of game which we know we can make it. So,
what kind of game do you expect out of them? We saw them at the tournament.
they have some talented players. They're really young. They for whatever reason, and this happens in every program over the years, they don't have overly talented senior class, junior class. They're a little bit thin in those areas, but they've got some nice younger players that are in the next couple of years. I think they're gonna be a team to be reckoned with. But they're just young, and but they're aggressive and they play hard and those sort of things. But just not a complete basketball team right now. Whereas, really we should be able to go out and play our game and take care of business early and get some other girls some playing time. But like I say, it's a district game. They have the same thing on the line that we do, and we expect them to come out and to go hard. And so as long as we play our game and do what we know we can do, we'll be just fine.
Best of luck tonight, and hopefully things go well, and we'll move on to Marsh Valley coming up on Friday.
Sounds good. Thanks, Dan.
That's Ryan Harris with us here on the Pregame Show. Take a time out. We'll come back with more right after this.
The year is 1945. America is at war with Japan. The average home costs $5,000. And a day's worth of hard labor will earn you $9. 1945 is the year West Motor Company said, hey, let's sell cars in Cache Valley and give people a better car buying experience. Today, 75 years later, West Motor is still giving you a better experience. Right now, enjoy 0% financing or save more than ever on a new truck or SUV. See westmotorcompany.com for pictures, details, and discounts on every vehicle.
westmotorcompany.com.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need, quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
The keys to tonight's game are brought to you by Naylor Insurance. For farm, auto, home health, and life from Mutual of Enumclaw, nobody cares like we do. Naylor Insurance, 153 North State, Suite A.
Regardless of which insurance company you use, when you add a teen driver to your vehicle policy, your rates increase. This is Cheryl Kimball with Naylor Insurance in Preston. If you've got teen drivers, you need to know about the rate-saving plan offered through Mutual of Enumclaw Insurance. Teen Smart is an 8-hour program that, once completed, will lower your rates and make your teen a better driver. Savings and increased safety. It's a win-win. Call us today, 208-852-08.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
Well, there just is really only one key to tonight's game for the Indians. It's continue to go out and do the things they've done in the past. Play hard, play as a team, get good shots, and continue to win. Tonight is the opening game in conference play against a conference foe, so make sure you come away with a W, as there's only 4 conference games you have to worry about the entire season. We invite you now to stay tuned. Preston Lady Indians basketball is coming up next.
KACH.
This is Ron Smaley from Webb Funeral Home, thanking Preston Indian and Westside Pirate fans for your loyalty over the years. You have helped make Webb Funeral Home Franklin County's most trusted name in funeral services since 1925. Our staff is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to provide compassionate service in your time of need. We also offer a full range of services, including many funeral pre-planning options to meet everyone's budget, an excellent monument selection, and the best aftercare services available. Let us answer any questions you may have by calling 208-852-0533. Webb Funeral Home, since 1925. You know us, you trust us, we're here to stay.
Having your prescriptions refilled has never been easier. You can refill 24/7, set reminders, save medications, and access your account from the new My Community Pharmacy mobile app offered by Preston Drug. It's simple to use and it's simple to get. Log on to PrestonDrug.com and enter your mobile number. We'll send you the app. It's as simple as that. There are some things in life that have been made easier through technology. This is one of them. The app offered by Preston Drug is a quick and easy way to refill medications and promote a healthy lifestyle. Visit PrestonDrug.com.
When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter and the guys at S&T Electrical should always be your go-to crew. With experience in everything from new construction to repairs, service, and new installations, S&T Electrical is professional and friendly in all they do. Your electrical work will be done right. Call S&T Electric today at 208-852-5878.
This is Sean Carter with S&T Electric in Preston, Idaho. It's what we do.
A proud member of the Co-op, we save you money on advertising and enable you to reach more customers. We are KACH, Preston, Clarkston.
It's time for Preston Lady Indians basketball. After making the state tournament a year ago, the new-look Lady Indians look to continue on what has become a winning program. Tonight's game is brought to you by West Motors, celebrating their 75th year in the Cache Valley. Stokes Market True Value, with the freshest meat and produce, and now preparing and selling sushi. Franklin County Medical Center, with the finest care in all of the Cache Valley. Rounds & Associates Insurance Agency, an independent agency with many options for all of your insurance needs. Preston Auto Parts Car Quest. We have all the parts your car may need to keep running strong. Webb Funeral Home, serving Preston and the surrounding community since 1925. Ralph's Construction, building new homes in the Blue Sage Park region in Preston. Naylor Insurance, for home, health, life, and auto from Mutual of Enumclaw. Preston Pharmacy, now with their own app to help make tracking your prescriptions easier. Tonight's game is made possible through an agreement between Preston High School and Cook Brothers Broadcasting and is intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any rebroadcast of this game in whole or in part without the express written consent of Cook Brothers Broadcasting is strictly prohibited. And welcome back, as it's just about time to play basketball. In fact, they're about to start introducing the starting lineups here, so we can give you the lineups as we go through tonight's game here, as well as the Indians come in. Of course, the number one ranked team in 4A in the state of Idaho this year. They're 11-3. They've won 3 games in a row and open up conference play tonight against in a very important game against a opponent in the Pocatello Indians that hopefully they should have plenty of luck and good luck and play hard against and come away with a victory here this evening in the opening game of conference play here tonight. Still waiting for the starting lineups to begin. Not sure exactly what the delay is, but now here we go. Starting lineup first for the Preston Indians, Sidney Marlowe, the senior, who is averaging 5.8 points a game. Riley Ward, who averages right at 6 points a game as well. Kylie Larson, the senior, the leading scorer on the team, averaging right at 13 points a game. Michaela Robertson gets a start here tonight as the juniors averaging 7.5 points a game. And Haley Meek, who missed the last game, is averaging 12 points a game so far this year for the Indians. And now the starting lineup for the Pocatello Indians, who are 1-10 so far on the year, as they have had a tough start to the season. The only game they won was actually in the Preston tournament. As the starting lineups tonight for Pocatello, Haley Pearson, the junior, gets a start. It'll also be Ellie Johnson, the senior, starting tonight for Pokey as well. Chloe Fulmer, a senior, she'll get a start tonight. She's probably about the tallest girl in the starting lineup tonight for the Pocatello Indians. It'll be trying to see who these other numbers are. That is a number 22 that we don't have, and Alexia Tenno will start tonight. She is a junior. I believe that other starter they introduced was Paige Austin. I think that was 25, not 22, for the starting lineup tonight for the Pocatello Indians. So we're ready to play. Glad to have you along. Tonight's game brought to you by Franklin County Medical Center, providing you with the best care in all of the Cache Valley. Franklin County Medical Center, 44 North 1st West, right here in Preston. And here we go. Time to play some basketball, as the opening tap will be tapped a couple of times and controlled by Pocatello,
as they bring it up into the front court. It's Ellie Johnson to run the point. She'll give it over on the right side as it comes over to Austin. Austin hangs on to it as we have to apologize. Our picture is frozen. If you haven't quite figured it out yet, we're doing the game from home here again tonight as the Preston is able to get the ball back, and Haley Meek down at the other end gets Preston on the board as they lead 2-0. As Pocatello, an errant pass, will turn the ball over after the made shot. Actually, credit Meek with a three-pointer, they'll call it. So it's 3-0 Preston, just about 45 seconds into the game. So they get the ball back in. Ball belongs to the Indians. Ward gets it into Meek. Now she gets it back. Free throw line extended left. Down to Meek in the corner. Drop it down into the post where they double team Larson. And the foul committed there. As the foul called against Pocatello, and they get it in as it comes into Meek. Haley, free throw line, now kicks it back outside to Robertson. Nice pass down low to Larson, lay it up and in. Great pass by Michaela Robertson, found Kylie Larson underneath the basket, standing all alone, and it's 5-0 Preston as they'll come out with the full court press here again as they get the ball up into the front court. Comes to Tino. As back down low, the shot no good. Rebound inside by Fulmer, put it back in, and she is fouled. So she'll go to the free throw line as she was fouled from behind. Kylie Larson will draw the foul for the Indians. That's her first. And here is Chloe Fulmer, the senior, at the free throw line here. And her first free throw is no good. So Fulmer misses the first as Preston leading 5-0 here. Just about a minute and a half gone so far here in the first quarter of this evening's game. As Fulmer makes the second, and it's 5-1. So here comes Preston back up the floor. No pressure by the Indians as Preston gets the ball up the floor easily. As it goes in the left corner, there is Ward. Outside, now back down low to Larson. Little 12-foot jumper from the baseline is no good, and Fulmer has the rebound inside there for Pocatello. They give it off quickly back up into the front court. It goes to Austin. She'll give it up as it comes back outside of Pearson. She'll dribble the ball back across the top of the key. Now Fulmer gets it back top of the key again. Comes off on the right side. She'll give it back to Pearson again. Wants to drive. Hangs in the paint, and she's fouled as Preston gives up a couple of quick team fouls here as Michaela Robertson draws the foul. That'll be her first, and that's the second team foul against the Indians. And this will send Hallie Pearson to the line. So for the Indians, the one game in conference play here tonight, and then they'll stay on the road as this is game 6 of what becomes a 9-game road trip, basically, for the Indians as they played the first 9 games of the season at home. Their next game after tonight will be Friday at Marsh Valley. We'll have that game for you starting at 7:30 again on Friday evening as well. Part of a doubleheader we have for you on Friday, high school basketball-wise. She makes 1 out of 2, does Pearson. And it's 5-2, Preston on top. Comes to Meek on the left side. She tries to drive, but she travels, as Tenno came out to meet her, and she traveled trying to get around her before she put the ball on the floor. So the turnover, the ball stays with Pocatello. Full court pressure again put on by Preston. They break the press. They get quickly up the floor. High off the glass, a shot no good, as the tip there by Johnson's no good. And Preston gets the rebound, and that'll be a foul against Pocatello. So first team foul here against Pokey. And the Indians out again will have the ball back up into the front court. Robertson, free throw line extended right. Looks down low, can't go there, so she'll bring it back across the court, back to Meek. Wants to drive. Nice little step in from the left block as Haley Lou uses the glass and gets that off the glass and up and in. So Meek has 5. Preston leads 7-2. Just about 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Pearson gets it off to Johnson. Johnson has her pass deflected and taken away. Robertson then stumbles. I think her and Ellie Johnson got their feet tangled up, and Michaela went down hard. Now gets up slowly, and looks like she's holding her mouth, and as she goes off toward the floor, we're going to have a timeout, an injury timeout here briefly, as Robertson gets up holding her mouth and walks back over toward the floor, and they're going to have to come and clean up the court here a little bit of blood, as Robertson's going to get walked off out to the locker rooms and get checked on as she walks out holding a towel to her face, as looks like there's some droplets of blood over there on the floor. We have to get those wiped up before we can continue. So as they tend to the issue on the floor, tell you what, let's take a quick timeout, and we'll be right back here in Pocatello.
KACH.
If you think buying a car is hard, stressful, and it takes a long time, you haven't shopped at West Motor in Preston and Logan. We've got a large selection of quality new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Ford vehicles to choose from. Because we offer great pricing and the buying process is simple, we also have a large inventory of used vehicles to choose from. Buy your next vehicle from a dealership that has provided customers a stress-free, quick, and reliable buying process for decades. West Motor in Preston and Logan. Stop in today or visit us online at westmotorcompany.com.
West Motor Company.
KACH.
Tonight's game also brought to you in part by, as we try to grab the wrap card, tonight by Rounds & Associates Insurance Agency, offering many options for all of your insurance coverage needs. You can find them at 85 South State Street in Preston. Come on in. Get your free competitive quote today or give them a call at 852-2500. That's 852-2500 for Rounds & Associates Insurance Agency. Still waiting for the teams to come back out on the floor as they both went back over toward the benches. And I think as they're looking at something right in front of the scorer's table. I'm not sure if that was something that caused Michaela to trip or if she got her feet tangled up running side by side with Ellie Johnson, but they're looking at something right in front of the scorer's table. And now they're coming over and bringing a towel over. Now, it might have been some moisture right there in front of the floors that it caused Michaela to slip and go down rather than trip necessarily, as they're now wiping up the floor right in front of the scorer's table and trying to make sure it's good and dry so nobody else would potentially slip and fall and get hurt either. So hopefully everything will be good, as looks like they're calling the teams back out onto the floor. It's 7-2 Preston. Preston will have the ball. I don't believe they called a foul on Johnson, which makes me think it was more than a slip rather than a trip, or at least an inadvertent trip. So both teams back out on the floor rather, and here we go. As Addie Mosier comes onto the floor to replace Robertson. As it comes into Mosier, she gives it off to Ward. As her skip pass, they get a hand on it, knocked down, but Preston able to get it back as Larson quickly able to get on it. Goes to Meek. Marlowe tries to get it in the left corner, has it knocked out of her hands and goes out of bounds, and it's going to stay with the Indians again in the right corner of the front court. That's where Ward will bring it in, gets it into Meek, snap it back down low into the blocks to Larson, turn around, about 6-foot jumper is good. Kylie's got 4 points here in the first quarter, and it's 9-2 Preston halfway through the quarter. As they get it up into the front court, bad pass, try to get it to Tino as the pass taken away by the Indians. Larson intercepted the pass, gives it off to Ward, back up into the front court. Ward to Moser. Moser holds it up over her head, now brings it back out top to Riley Ward. Step up, doesn't take the three, gives it back to Moser. Moser wants to drive, gets to the right elbow, kick it off to Ward. She has a three, that's no good. Rebound to Larson down low, put back up and in. Larson, who averages 8, almost 9 rebounds a game, has a couple of rebounds already here in the first quarter to go along with her 6 points, and Preston's up 11-2. And a whistle as they get it across the timeline as the foul's going to go against Meek. That'll be here first, and 4 team fouls on the Indians here in the first quarter. Actually, I have 3 team fouls, and they said 4, but I have 3, so I'll check on that and make sure which one's correct. Outside, Pearson, free throw line, little step-in jumper. That's no good. Tapped around a couple of times, comes back to Pearson. She tries to go up, and she's fouled on the putback. As the foul's going to go against Kylie Larson, as that's the foul I was missing, as Kylie has 2 here in the first quarter. So that'll send Hallie Pearson to the line, and the first one is no good by Pearson. As Acacia Knapp comes into the game, Larson's going to go to the bench. So Larson, the team's leading scorer, goes to have a seat with a couple of fouls here in the first quarter, as Pearson makes one of the 2, and it's 11-3. Preston has the lead. Moser in the corner to Ward. Ward dribbles out of the corner and now brings it back out top to Addie. Moser comes back and she gives it back over to Meek. Meek tries to lob it down low to get to Knapp, but it was tapped by Pocatello and goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Preston underneath their own basket with 3:16 to play here in quarter number 1. They get it in deep as it comes into Moser. Quick snap pass to Meek. Steps in just in front, just across the line. Her shot's no good, and the rebound is inside and pulled down by Fulmer. Fulmer gives it off as it's pushed up the court. Here comes Pearson down the middle, tries to go up, and I'm sure if that was supposed to be a pass or a shot. It must have been touched by Preston either way as it went out of bounds. They're going to keep the ball with Pocatello underneath their own basket. So 11-3 it remains as the ball comes in. Swing it back over in the corner. And again, Preston gets a hand on the ball. This time it was Sydney Marlowe who be able to deflect that pass. And again, it goes out of bounds. And Pearson will bring it back in from underneath their own basket once again. They lob it inside as Fulmer, the little shot from in the paint. That's no good. As Meek has the rebound. She comes down the floor. Little shimmy shake move. Give it off to Ward on the left side. 3-pointer by Riley is good. Riley Ward nails her first 3 attempt of the night. And Preston now with a 14-3 lead with 2:40 to play in the quarter. And another timeout on the floor. We'll take it as well and be right back.
KACA.
Saving money by shopping with coupons is finally worth it. You don't have to spend hours looking for places to clip the coupons. They can be right at your fingertips on any smart device. Log into your Stokes Market Rewards account to find dozens of coupons every week. It's so easy you can't afford not to use coupons as you shop. They can help you put your rewards account on your smart device at the service desk at Stokes Market in Preston. Shop, enjoy, save with digital coupons at Stokes Market in Preston.
KACH.
Final out of the NBA tonight, the New York Knicks beat the Jazz 112-110. So not a pleasant stay in the Big Apple for Utah as they got blown out last night in Brooklyn and they lose tonight to the Knicks. So 14-3, Preston leads. Full court pressure put on by Preston as the ball belongs to Pokey in the backcourt. They get it in, get it up across the timeline. The pass is intercepted, knocked away by Knapp. Taken away by the Indians. Moser all the way, driving down the floor. They get it back to Acacia. She hustles down the floor after taking the pass away. Back to Moser. Jumper from the right side, no good. Rebound by Knapp, put back, no good. And the rebound inside, pulled down by Tino. As good hustle defense there by the Indians. As Meek got a hand on it, knocked the pass out of bounds. So it stays with Pocatello, baseline backcourt. And again, full court pressure put on by Preston. As it comes into Gunderson, get it to Tino. Tino back up into the front court. Quickly, they get it ahead again as it comes to Pearson. Pearson, 15-foot jumper is good. So the junior with 4 points in the first quarter. She has 4 of the team's 5. And Preston leads by 9 with 2 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Meek bounces it down low. as it comes back to Marlowe, back to Meek in the right corner. And Meek finds herself in a crowd and loses the ball. It's picked up by Pearson. Quickly back up into the front court, and Ward intercepts that pass. She's got another steal. 3-on-2 for the Indians. Down low, back to Meek. Little bank shot is no good, as hustling back to get the rebound is Fulmer. As again, Meek gets another hand on another pass. Ball ends up loose on the floor. It's going to be a held ball, and it's going to go back to Preston on the alternating possession rule with 1:28 left to play here in the first quarter. So Preston kind of dodges a little bit of a bullet as Meek missed the short little jump shot. As the pass comes into Mosier, her shot from the left elbow is no good, and Fulmer has the rebound. So we got a good look after the inbound pass, but Mosier couldn't knock it down as they get back up in the front court. Gunderson is fouled on her way to the basket. As Addie Mosier will draw the foul for the Indians. That's her first. Ball out of bounds right in front of the Preston bench for Pocatello. Here in the front court with 1:15 to play in the first quarter as they get it into Pearson. Pearson looks down the left side, now wants to drive, gets cut off, kicks it back out to Fulmer. Fulmer will give it back over as it comes back to Johnson. Johnson looking for somebody to give it to as it comes back to Paige Austin, who's into the game here for Pocatello. Little spin inside. Fulmer's shot, no good. Marlowe has the rebound for Preston. She gives it off to Mosier. Mosier lobs it inside as it comes to Knapp. Knapp misses the layup down low. Again, Preston able to take the ball away. It's going to be another held ball, as this time it was Riley Ward to drive on top of the loose ball, but this one's going to go back to Pocatello. So Pokey will get the ball back with 34 seconds left in the quarter on the alternating possession rule, and again, Preston comes out with the full court press as they get it in. As it comes to Gunderson in the back court, they lob it up into the front court. There it comes to Johnson. Johnson, free throw line extended left, terminates the dribble, and now she's able to hand it off to Johnson. Johnson now, Pearson, top of the key. Back over to Johnson, free throw line extended left, and Lord's into the game. She got her hands on the pass and almost had the steal there, but just went out of bounds, so it's going to stay with Pocatello. So Carly Lord's onto the floor for the first time, just about came up with a steal. And Jaden Burt's going to come back in here for Pokey. So 12 seconds to play here in the quarter. As here's Pearson up into the front court. Wants to drive. Goes around Ward. Down low. The shot no good. As the rebound inside by Paige Austin. And a foul on the rebound. As the foul is going to go against Keisha Knapp. That'll be her first. And that's the 16th foul of the half against the Indians. So Pocatello is going to shoot a lot of free throws coming up in the second quarter. As the inbound pass is taken away there by Addie Mosier, and that's the way the quarter ends. Preston leads 14 to 5 after the first quarter tonight. We'll take a timeout and be back right after this.
KACA.
Regardless of which insurance company you use, when you add a teen driver to your vehicle policy, your rates increase. This is Cheryl Kimball with Naylor Insurance in Preston. If you've got teen drivers, you need to know about the rate-saving plan offered through Mutual of Enumclaw Insurance. Teen Smart is an 8-hour program that, once completed, will lower your rates and make your teen a better driver. Savings and increased safety. It's a win-win. Call us today, 208-852-08.
The second quarter of tonight's game is sponsored by Webb Funeral Home, 1005 South 8th East.
Webb Funeral Home, established in Preston in 1925, has served the needs of Franklin County families and their neighbors for several generations. Now in their modern new full-service facilities just off Highway 91 south of Preston, Webb Funeral Home continues to offer caring and professional services to all residents of the area in their time of need. Funeral directors Douglas Webb, Ron Smaley, and Jordan Webb, along with aftercare specialist Jody Rasmussen, thank you for your trust in them and welcome your questions and concerns anytime. A message from your friends at Webb.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
So we'll start the second quarter. Preston leading handily so far here tonight, 14-5 after the first quarter of play. And Preston has the ball to start quarter number 2. Mosier gets it over to Lords as a shot down low is no good. Rebound comes off to Pocatello, but taken away again by the Indians. Robertson back out on the floor. That's good to see as it comes back to Mosier. As they get it back over on the right side as it comes back to Lords. She doesn't take the shot. Skip pass over to Mosier. Mosier's three-pointer. That's no good. Knapp tapped the ball as he got it loose as Kylie Larson back onto the floor to start the quarter, and she picks up the loose ball and picks up the layup. So, again, full court pressure put on here by the Indians as they get it back up into the front court. Lob it up into the front court as it comes to Paige Austin. She's double-teamed along the sideline. Gives it off to Pearson. Pearson tries to bounce the ball down low. Robertson gets a hands on that, and then again, Preston takes the ball away as it comes to Mosier. Addie gets across the center court stripe up into the front court. She'll give it off to Lords, top of the key. Lords brings it over to Robertson. Free throw line extended left. Now back to Knapp. Drop it down low to Larson. She tries to go up, lost the ball. They're going to call it out of bounds or a foul. They're going to call it a foul as the ball's going to belong to the Indians underneath their own basket. I don't think they called the foul on number 2, but we don't have a number 2 on the floor or on the roster. So they call it on 22, Taylor Gunderson. Her second personal, third team foul. And they get it in bounds. They get it into Larson, who travels in the paint. So they got it back in, and they turn the ball right back over. So Preston leads by 11, just 20 seconds into quarter number 2 here tonight, brought to you by Webb Funeral Home. So Pocatello has it back up into the front court. And the ball stripped away, taken away. Here comes Michaela Robertson all the way, missed the layup, but fouled from behind. So she'll go to the line to shoot 2. And the foul here is going to go against, I think this is against Hallie Pearson. Oh, they called it on Jaden Burt, rather. That's her first. So Robertson comes back out from the locker room after taking that spill and landing kind of face first on the floor. Gets fouled on the layup, and she apparently missed both free throws, but she's able to get her own rebound and get the little putback 8-foot jumper as she gets on the scoreboard. And now right off the inbound pass again, Preston takes the ball away. Then Robertson throws it away. Tried to force the pass inside, intercepted by Pocatello. Preston leading by 13. It's 18-5 as Pokey gets it back up into the front court. They try to trap the ball in the corner as it comes to Gunderson. Back outside, and an over and back violation here against Pocatello as they got the ball to Pearson, who dribbled it off her foot and it rolled back into the back court, and she went to go pick it up. And that's an over and back. You can't do that. So timeout on the floor called by Preston. We'll take one here as well. We'll be right back.
KACH.
Rounds & Associates Insurance Service is an independent insurance agency with Allstate, Travelers, Auto Owners, Safeco, Progressive, and Nationwide, just to name a few. Stop by the office for your competitive quote today. Rounds & Associates Insurance Service. Call 208-852-2500. Rounds & Associates Insurance, supporting both the Westside Pirates and the Preston Indians on to victory. You've got this. Don't weaken. Rounds & Associates Insurance Service. Call today, 208-852-2500.
KACH.
5:56 remaining in the second quarter. Preston leads 18-5. Second quarter tonight's game brought to you by Webb Funeral Home in Preston. Remember, their compassionate staff will help you in your time of need. Call 852-0533 for Webb Funeral Home. Preston gets it back up in the front court. Try to force it inside to Larson, and the ball taken away as it was Hawkinson to step right in front of that pass. Hawkinson gives it off to Pearson, dribbles through a crowd, gets it back up into the front court. Back to Hawkinson, wants to drive, gets it down low to Fulmer. Fulmer finds herself under the basket, The shot bounces off the rim 2-3 times, finally comes off. Larson has the rebound for the Indians. Here comes Mosier back the other way. Addy gives it off as Lords has it, top of the key. Lob it back down low to Larson again. 6-footer off the glass, no good, but she's fouled. And now Kylie will go back to the free throw line. As Larson will go to the free throw line. As Preston's going to sub here in mass here. As Meek, Marlowe, and Ward all come back in. Lords, Mosier, and Knapp all head back to the bench. So the starting five back on the floor here for the Indians. As also returning to the game here is Allie Johnson. As I believe that was Jaden Burt who just went off the floor for the Pocatello Indians. So Larson's going to try the second free throw. She makes that one. So she makes them both. And it's 20-5. Preston with a 15-point lead. And again, full court pressure put on in the backcourt. And Tino, Alexia Tino, they got the ball to her, and she traveled trying to go around a Preston player and turns the ball over. So Preston's going to get the ball right back underneath their own basket again. As Ward will bring it in. Out top, it comes back out to Meek. As Haley doesn't take it, give it back to Ward in the left corner. Now back out top to Meek again. 5:05 to play here in the first half. As Robertson's pass is intercepted, as it was Pearson to get a hand on it, drive all the way down the floor, and she's fouled from behind as she tries to go up for the shot. So this will be team foul number 7 against the Indians here in the first half. And I believe this is going to go against Haley Meek. That'll be her second. So here is Pearson to the line. The first one rolls in, and that's good. So Pearson has 5 points here in the first half. Tonight's game brought to you by Westside Motors, celebrating their 75th year in the Cache Valley with Ford, Chrysler, Plymouth, Jeep, and Dodge trucks. All available right here in the city of Preston as Pearson makes them both. She has 6, and it's 20-7. Preston leading by 13 here in the first half. Robertson has it, top of the key for the Indians to Meek on the left side. Skip pass back over to Ward. One bounce dribble, brings it back out top to Robertson. Bring it back over to Meek. Three-pointer from the left side by Haley is good. Meek nails another 3. That's her second of the half, and she has 8 points, and it's 23-7. Preston again opens up the lead again as they lob the ball up into the front court. Luckily, it was Fulmer able to come and chase it down before another Preston Indian could get to it. As they give the ball back to Pearson. She runs through a crowd, gets it up in the paint, no good. Robertson pulls down the rebound for the Indians. She'll bring the dribble back up into the front court as it comes to Ward on the right side. Doesn't take the shot. Swing it back over to the left side. Back to Meek. Drives from the block, put it up and in. Haley's having a great game as she missed the game against Logan with a little bit of a medical procedure that was done on her knee and needed a couple of days to recuperate. And she's moving around very well. As, again, this one's stolen by Meek. Out of the basket, reverse layup is good. Meek's got a dozen, and Preston's lead is 20. It's 27-7 with 3.5 to play here in the first half. As Pearson gets it up into the front court, and she throws it away. She threw it right to Robertson. Pass is deflected, but it makes it to Marlowe. Sydney goes up, and she's fouled underneath. As coming back to play defense after throwing the ball away was Pearson. And Pearson draws the foul, and another timeout on the floor called by Pocatello. It's a full timeout with 3:16 left here in the first half as the second quarter brought to you by Webb Funeral Home, and we will be right back.
KACA.
This is Ron Smaley from Webb Funeral Home, thanking Preston Indian and Westside Pirate fans for your loyalty over the years. You have helped make Webb Funeral Home Franklin County's most trusted name in funeral services since 1925. Our staff is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to provide compassionate service in your time of need. We also offer a full range of services, including many funeral pre-planning options to meet everyone's budget, an excellent monument selection, and the best aftercare services available. Let us answer any questions you may have by calling 208-852-0533. Webb Funeral Home, since 1925. You know us, you trust us, we're here to stay.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
So Preston leading 27-7 with 3:16 to play here in the first half. We invite you to remember to stay tuned with us for the Ralph's Construction halftime report, which is coming up at the halftime break here in just a few minutes. So Preston with their biggest lead of the game, up by 20 as they get the first points of the game, and they have not been trailed yet here in the contest as they jumped out to a quick 5-0 lead and have held the lead the entire first half. So here is Sydney Marlowe at the line to shoot a couple of free throws, and the first one's good. So Sid gets on the scoreboard. She had her best game of the year in the last game against Logan, a game in which she had 18 points in the game. And Marlowe makes them both. So Sydney makes 2 out of 2 from the free throw line, and the ball comes in the backcourt to Gunderson. Full court pressure again put on by the Indians. As they get up into the front court, does Pocatello. Comes back to Gunderson, top of the key. Looks down to the left side. She'll give it off over there. They'll bring it back out top. Nope, as they'll go back down low, does Hawkinson again. Now they swing it across court. Gunderson for 3 from the right side. That's no good. Long rebound is off to Robertson. Lost it as Gunderson falls on it. And then it's going to be called a held ball. And it's going to go back to stay with Pocatello with 2:48 to play here in quarter number 2. Preston on top, 29-7. As they get it in, Gunderson, crossover dribble, brings it over here on the near side as it comes back to Johnson. Back out top to Gunderson. Back to Johnson again. Almost traveled with it. Now a little runner in the paint from 13, no good. Larson up high to pull down the rebound. She has it, gives it off to Ward. Quickly they bring it up court as it comes back to Meek. Little shimmy shake move goes around Murdoch onto the floor here for Pocatello. Three-pointer by Riley Ward, no good. Long rebounds off to Marlowe. Back to Ward. She'll take a look at that three again. She missed that one again. First one was short. The second one was long. Larson's got the rebound. Turning the paint. That's no good. Tapped away. Preston's got it again. They're going to get a fourth shot on this. Meek for 3 from the left side. That's no good. Larson's got the board again. Back outside to Meek. Haley going to drive in the paint. Little Euro step. Ready to lay up is good. They got 5 or 6 attempts on that possession and finally got a shot to go down. 31-7. Preston on top. 1:45 to play in the half. And a bad pass. They throw it out of bounds as they try to get the bounce pass to Johnson. It was about 4 feet in front of her, and it goes out of bounds. And on the turnover, the ball will come back over to Preston again as Keisha Knapp will come back out onto the floor. As it looks like Kylie Larson will go back to the bench. As Meek ran off the floor as well as Lords comes back on. As Lords' pass inside to Knapp is intercepted as it's taken away by Johnson. Johnson up into the front court. Terminates the dribble, top of the key. Bounce pass comes over to Hawkinson. She holds on to that. Free throw line extended left. Now brings it back over to Gunderson. Whoa, the pass was too tall. They save it on the floor. Yes, they did, and they got the ball back. Down low and on the blocks, it goes to Fulmer. Fall-away jumper is good from the right side. Fulmer hits the back bucket, make it 31-9 with 1 minute and 5 seconds to play here in the first half, as Fulmer now has 3 in the game. Mosier and Ward play catch a couple of times. Now comes over to Lords. Now back to Moser, top of the key. To Marlowe. Tried to get it outside to Ward, had her pass deflected and taken away. As again, it comes to Pearson back up into the front court. Pearson driving down the middle and a reach-in foul against the Indians. And this is going to go against who? Mosier, I believe? Yes, it is. Addie Mosier on the foul. That's her second. And 18 fouls now against the Indians as it'll be Haley Pearson to go to the free throw line to shoot 1-1. She has 7 points in the game so far tonight, and the first one she puts up and she misses. So a rare miss from the free throw line by Pearson, and Preston gets the ball out of bounds. They bring it in to Mosier, and Lords has it. As before she can get the pass off, she moves both feet, so that's a traveling violation against Addy. So 34 seconds left in the half, and the turnover gives the ball again back over to Pocatello. As they get it in, dribbling in the backcourt, almost threw it away. Pass was almost too tall there for Murdoch, and now they do throw it away, and a foul on Pocatello. So Murdoch threw the bad pass and then compounded the problem by then committing the foul. And it's going to send Riley Ward to the free throw line to shoot 1-1 here with 23 seconds left in the game. Ward goes to the free throw line for the first time tonight, and the first one is no good. She misses the front end of the 1-1 as Pearson able to chase it down over in the corner. They get it up into the front court, almost. They stopped at the timeline, give it back to Pearson. Now she's double-teamed as she gets to the line, and she gets it to Murdoch up into the front court. Over in the left corner. Johnson has it there, get it back outside. As it goes back to Johnson, she forces up a three. That's no good. And that's the way the first half will end. So they took too long to get the shot off, ended up having to force up a bad shot at the buzzer. And in doing so, they were not able to score. So we reached halftime. Preston leading 31-9 as we go to the halftime break. Stay with us. The Ralph's Construction halftime report is coming up right after this.
KACH.
The year is 1945. America is at war with Japan. The average home costs $5,000. And a day's worth of hard labor will earn you $9. 1945 is the year West Motor Company said, hey, let's sell cars in Cache Valley and give people a better car buying experience. Today, 75 years later, West Motor is still giving you a better experience. Right now, enjoy 0% financing or save more than ever on a new truck or SUV. See westmotorcompany.com for pictures, details, and discounts on every vehicle.
WestMotorCompany.com.
Hi, everybody. It's Dan Hubbard for Chem Dry of Northern Utah. Are you worried about the safety of your home or business? Well, Chem Dry of Northern Utah can help. Their new Micro Pro Shield service disinfects, then adds antimicrobial protection for up to 90 days. They use patented technology to create a layer of spikes on surfaces that mechanically kills microbes on contact for up to 3 months. Their hospital-grade disinfectant is EPA approved for use against SARS-CoV-2, the very cause of COVID-19. It's simply ideal for residential and commercial settings. If you'd like more information about their new Micro Pro Shield service and you're in Cache or Box Elder County, make sure you call today, 435-752-6100. That's 435-752-6100 for ChemDry of Northern.
The halftime report is sponsored by Ralph's Construction, building homes in the Blue Sage Park region in Preston. Call 435-232-18.
More and more people are moving to the Preston area to live and retire. Since 1978, Ralph Construction's been building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community, the only 55-year-old plus community in the city of Preston. Come see the downsize, no-hassle lifestyle that Blue Sage Park offers. Ralph Construction will build to your custom specifications, or you can choose one of their existing floor plans. They're just starting phase 2, so there's plenty of great lots still available. Ralph Construction. Call for more information, 435-232-1837. Lawn care and snow removal included. Blue Sage Park by Ralph Construction. 435-232-18.
KACH.
Well, the first half in the books here in Pocatello as Preston outscores the Pokey Indians 17-4 in the second half, and they lead 31-9 here at the break. As this is the Ralph's Construction halftime report, as it was quite a half for the Indians, as their two leading scorers did exactly that, led the team in scoring, as Kylie Larson, even though she spent quite a bit of time on the bench with a couple of fouls in the first half, had 11, and Haley Meek, who missed the last game against Logan, came back, and she has 14 unofficially on our score sheet. to lead the Indians in scoring here in the first half. So the things that we talked about in the pregame that Preston really needed to make sure they do tonight, continue to move the ball well, shoot well, and hustle up and down the floor in the first game of the conference play this year. That's exactly what they did in the first half, as they were able to open up a big lead as they lead 31-9 here after the first half of play here this evening. So Preston, good showing so far here tonight as they get ready for their next game coming up on Friday at Marsh Valley. And then after a game on Saturday, they'll have back-to-back home games coming up on January 12th and 14th, both conference games against Century and Pocatello, and that will be the extent of the home games for Preston as the season quickly starts to run down. They'll have one conference road game left. That'll be on the 22nd of January at Century, and then on the 26th, they'll wrap up the season with a game at Burley. Take another timeout. We'll come back and look at the score sheet coming up right after this.
KACH.
Sushi. A word that is as fun to say as the food is to eat. Try it. Say sushi. Now run down to Stokes Market and pick up some fresh-made sushi. Yes, I said Stokes Market. They now have the family fresh sushi specialists making outstanding sushi platters and party trays fresh every day. They even make up custom platters so you can get your favorite sushi dishes. Any kind of fish upon request, even vegetable sushi available with no meat. Enjoy the fresh-made platters already available or order the kind of sushi you want. Give them 2 hours and a special custom sushi platter will be waiting for you at Stokes Market in Preston. Go ahead, say it. I know you want to. Sushi, fresh for you right now.
If you feel like your bank works against you, we invite you to move your accounts to Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. We work for you, not against you. Serving Southeast Idaho for over 65 years, we offer totally free checking with cash back rewards, 0 fees credit cards, low auto loan rates, and excellent customer service. Visit today, 311 South Highway 91, Preston. Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Here, the advantage is yours. Equal housing lender, member NCUA.
At Franklin County Medical Center, their goal is to get you back in the game, back to work, and back to your normal way of life. Franklin County Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has a team of therapists who specialize in providing you an individualized treatment plan, helping you reach your goals, working with doctors from all over the region to make your recovery convenient and close to home. Call today so you can stop suffering and start healing. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and
At Preston Drug, we understand that everyone is busy and time is important. That's why we've implemented synchronization. We look at all the monthly prescriptions your family takes, and working with your doctor, we organize them so that you can pick them all up at one time each month. Synchronization with Preston Drug saves you time and money. Call Preston Drug today, and we'll get you into the synchronization system. It's free and it's simple. Preston Drug, 208-852-1563.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by ChemDry of Northern Utah, introducing Micro Pro Shield, disinfecting plus antimicrobial protection for up to 90 days. For safer homes and businesses and greater peace of mind, if you live in the Cache or Box Elder County area, call today at 435-752-6100. That's 435-752-6100 for ChemDry of Northern Utah. On the score sheet, first for Pocatello, boy, it won't take long. Only 2 players scored in the first half. Haley Pearson finished the first half with a total of 6 points, and Chloe Fulmer had 3, and that's it for Pocatello's total of 9 points. For Preston, Sydney Marlowe had 2, Riley Ward had 3, Kylie Larson had 11 in the first half. Michaela Robertson had 2. And hopefully she'd be okay with taking that nasty fall in the first half. But she finished the first half with 2 points. And Haley Meek, leading all players in scoring, had 14 points in the first half tonight for the Preston Indians. So Preston leads by 22. This has been the Ralph's Construction Halftime Report. Stay with us. Second half coming up right after this.
KACH.
More and more people are moving to the Preston area to live and retire. Since 1978, Ralph Construction's been building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community, the only 55-year-old plus community in the city of Preston. Come see the downsize, no-hassle lifestyle that Blue Sage Park offers. Ralph Construction will build to your custom specifications, or you can choose one of their existing floor plans. They're just starting phase 2, so there's plenty of great lots still available. Ralph Construction. Call for more information. 435-232-1837. Lawn care and snow removal included. Blue Sage Park by Ralph Construction. 435-232-1837.
There are lots of reasons why Sanders Furniture has been in business for 88 years. One reason is the quality brand appliances and furnishings you can get when you shop at Sanders Furniture, like Amana, Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid. You'll also find comfortable recliners and seating, tables, beds and mattresses, home decor, and accents. If you like to shop where you're appreciated without a bunch of pressure from the salesman, then make sure you stop by Sanders Furniture today. We appreciate every customer. 148 South Main Street, Soda.
The third quarter is sponsored by Preston Auto Parts CarQuest, 17 South State.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need, quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
A proud member of the Co-op. We save you money on advertising and enable you to reach more customers. We are KACH, Preston, Clarkston, Mink Creek.
Well, we get ready to start quarter number 3. Preston leading by 22 after the first half. It's 31-9 as the Preston Indians with a handy lead as we get ready to start quarter number 3. Brought to you by Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Whatever your car may need, you might as well, if you go to the place where you're going to be treated like a friend, if your car's making a ping, a bang, or a tick, well, stop by Preston Auto Parts CarQuest, 17 South State Street in Preston. And they're the place that will treat you like a friend. So here we go. Quarter number 3 underway here this evening as the team switch end is on the radio dial. Preston goes from left to right across your dial. Meek, top of the key, comes to Robertson, free throw line, extended right, swings it over to Ward. Nice pass down low to Marlowe. Sid can't get that one to go down, but it's tapped out of bounds. It'll stay with Preston. That ball hung up on the rim, rolled about halfway across the basket before finally coming out as the lob pass inside to Haley Meek. Her little one-time jumper, that's no good as the Pocatello has the rebound as Tino pulls down the rebound. Up into the front court it comes to Pearson, who led the team in scoring in the first half. In the corner, Gunderson drives the baseline, can't get the shot as they go over on the left side to Johnson. She hits the jumper. She has her first 2 points of the game, and finally Pocatello reaches double figures as it's 31-11. Preston leads by 20. Meek, top of the key to Ward. Hangs onto it, gives it off to Robertson on the left side. Bring it back over to Meek. Three-pointer from the right side this time. That's no good. As Marlowe chases it down, but the long rebound's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to stay with Pocatello. So no pressure put on by the Indians as they back off and all head back to defensive postures back in the backcourt, in the front court rather, for Pocatello. Then when the ball gets across the line, they try to trap it immediately as Pearson has it top of the key. Gives it off to Gunderson, now back to Pearson. Tino has it at the free throw line. Turn around, wants to drive, no good. Rebound is off the hands of Pocatello. Tino gets it back, then tries to go up, and she's fouled quickly. And we'll go over to the free throw line. That's on Larson. That's going to be 3 on Kylie. First team foul of the half, charged against the Indians. So here is Alexa Tino at the free throw line. And that one bounces around a couple of times and falls in. She has her first point of the game. And now back to the free throw line again. Second one is short. And the rebound is off, picked up by Meek. Weaves her way through traffic up into the front court. Ward has it on the left side. Nice little move around Tino. High off the glass, no good. As Larson tried to go for the rebound, and then realized she had 3 fouls and backed off quickly, and the rebound's off to Pocatello. As up into the front court, here comes Pearson. Gives it to Tenno. Tenno down low. Turnaround jumper there by Fulmer is good. So Fulmer hits the points. Pocatello's come out and outscored Preston 5-0 here to open the quarter, and it's 31-14. Down low to Larson, wild shot, and Kylie's foul on her way to the basket. So Kylie's going to go to the free throw line as Ellie Johnson will draw the foul. That'll be her first on the team. So here's Larson at the free throw line. Kylie this year, a 62% free throw shooter. And the first one is no good. Kylie, who's been outstanding this season, had a high game of 29 this year. She's also had 4 games in which she's turned in double-double performances, double-digit scoring and double-digit rebounds, as Pearson gets the rebound as Larson misses both free throws. And then the whistle, and she traveled underneath. She lost the ball, had to go back to try to pick it up. Then when she tried to make another move, she traveled as the ball will come back over to Preston. 31-14, Preston on top. 5:50 to play here in quarter number 3. Brought to you by Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. As Robertson has it, swing it across the court, get it back down low to Larson, turn in the paint, doesn't shoot, kick it back out top of the key to Meek. Haley makes a couple of moves, has the ball in the paint, about a 13-foot jumper is good. So first 2 points of the second half for the Indians go to Haley Meek, who now has 16 in the game. As again, Pocatello gets it back across the timeline. As Pearson, driving, looking, gives it down into the left corner, no good. The shot there put up by Johnson. Ward has the rebound, gives it to Meek, who pushes it back up into the front court again. Meek bounces it in the left corner. Ward for a three-pointer from there is too long. Rebound comes off to Larson. Bounce it back out to the top of the key. As Marlowe and Robertson both stood there and watched the ball get away from them, they have to go get it. Kick it back in the right corner to Meek. Three-pointer no good. Rebounds off the hands of Larson. And Pocatello gets it back up into the front court. As that will be a double dribble call against Pocatello. Another turnover, and the ball will come back over to Preston again. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Stokes Market True Value for produce to hand tools, fresh meat to smokers, fresh bakery and deli items, and now fresh sushi made daily. It's Stokes Market True Value, 217 South State Street in Preston. Preston has the ball to the front court. Skip pass comes to Addie Mosier back out on the floor here in the second half as she tries to bounce it inside to Marlowe. Has her pass knocked away. Taken away by Pocatello as Pearson gets it back up into the front court. Top of the key, back to Tenno. Tenno driving, tries to go off the glass, lost it on the way up. Robertson has it there for Preston. Robertson drives all the way back up into the front court. Splits the double team all the way to the basket, and she's fouled on the layup attempt, and she'll go to the free throw line. So Robertson, nice hustle. Good work to get the ball underneath as she brought the ball all the way up the floor, split a double team, and then was fouled going up. As the first one by Robertson is no good. Her first free throw attempt of the night. As Ellie Hawkinson back onto the floor for Pocatello. And Robertson misses both free throws. As Pocatello has the rebound. As they get it back to Pearson, back up into the front court, down low. Nice pass down low. It's a double team, so can't get the shot was Hawkinson. They kick it back out. Back to Pearson. Out in the three-point area, faked the shot, couldn't get the shot away as Robertson out to play the defense. Johnson on the left side, looks down low, nothing there, so she'll kick it back out. Ellie Hawkinson shot no good as Keisha Knapp has the rebound there for the Indians, and she'll give it off to Mosier. Addie brings the ball back up into the front court, a little crossover move, get away from Gunderson, gives it off to Robertson, now gives it back as the pass there is knocked down by Pearson, but it finds its way to Riley Ward anyway. Robertson, three-pointer from the left side is good. Michaela Robertson hits a three, her first of the game. She has 5, and it's 36-14, and the lead back out to 22 again, which is where it was at the halftime break, and a timeout called by Pocatello with 3:04 to play here in quarter number 3. Take a timeout, and we will be right back.
KACH.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need, quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Haley Meek, who is the second leading scorer on the team, averaging 12 points a game, is putting together a great game here tonight. She has 16 on the game. Of course, she had a high point game earlier this year against Bear River of 25. So here comes the ball back up the floor as Pocatello gets it up into the front court. 3 minutes to play here in quarter number 3. Brought to you by Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Gunderson drives down the left side. Her shot's no good. Marlowe has the rebound there for Preston. She'll get it to Ward. Riley's going to push the ball up the floor as it comes to Robertson on the right side. Looks down low, nothing there. Swing pass comes across to Moser. Moser holds it up high, back up to Ward, top of the key. Now Robertson has it again on the right corner. Tries to drive baseline, gets cut off, triple teamed, and Gunderson comes in from behind and strips it away as the ball will go out of bounds. It stays with Preston, baseline front court, as it looks like the trio of Indians getting ready to come back on the floor as the ball's thrown away and picked up in the backcourt by Gunderson, who then kicks it off their foot, and it goes out of bounds and should come back over to Preston all the way back in the backcourt, and it does. So Meek, Lords, and Larson all back into the game here for Preston. Preston up by 22. 2:25 to play here in quarter number 3 as they lead 36-14. As Knapp into the game as well, as Meek has it, drives down the lane. That's no good. Hard rebound comes off, ends up in the hands of Lords over in the left corner. Gets it out to Meek. Skip pass comes across the floor to Mosier. Down low, back to Larson, and Kylie's fouled going up. So Larson will go back to the free throw line. As this will go against Alexia Timo, and that's just her first. So here's Larson back to the line. As the shot no good. Not only has Kylie averaged almost 13 points a game, she's also as time called, got a sub coming in here for Pocatello. She's had a high point game of 29, 13 rebounds against Marsh Valley is her high, and she's also had 5 blocks in a game against Sugar Salem earlier this year as well. She missed the first free throw. Now here's the second. She puts that one up, and she makes that one, and that gives her a dozen here in the game here tonight. So she hits 1 of 2, and it's 37-14 as Preston increases the lead to 23. 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Pearson, and dribbling too much, and then dribbles the ball off of her foot and goes out of bounds. So another turnover against Pocatello. A young team that makes a lot of miscues is how Ryan Harris described them in the pregame show. And that's pretty much how they've played so far here tonight. They are young. They can be tough. They have size, but just not able to get the shots and get the ball down where they need it to go to. As Lords gets it inside to Larson, shot no good. Rebound comes off to Mosier. Addy gets it back outside to Lords again. Bounce it into the block to Knapp, back to Lords. Swing it over in the left corner. Meek has it, but travel, trying to make the move. Tried a little fake pass that she often tries to get the other player up in the air to go around her, but in the process she traveled. And with 1:21, the ball comes back over to Pocatello, 37-14. Still a 23-point advantage here for the Indians as they've outscored Pocatello by 1 point here in quarter number 3. Pearson, nice pass, gets it down low as the shot there put up by Austin, no good. Ball comes back out again to Pearson. Her three-pointer is too long, and Carly Lords has the rebound for the Indians. Gives it off to Addie Mosier, back up into the front court. Addie driving, back to Lord. She lines up a three. From the right side, no good. Tapped. Larson tries to save it on the floor, but she was out of bounds in the process, and the ball's going to come back over to Pocatello again. Tonight's game brought to you by Ralph's Construction, building homes in the Blue Sage Park area in Preston. For information on how you can have a new home built for your needs or desires, call 435-232-1837. That's Ralph's Construction. Pocatello up into the front court. Burt back into the game, puts it up. That's no good. Rebound down low, comes to Austin. She goes back up and in. Paige Austin gets her first 2 points of the game, and it's now 37-16, a 21-point advantage for the Indians. 20 seconds to play in the quarter. Lords, a three-pointer from the right corner. That's no good. Burt has the rebound again here for Pocatello. They drive all the way. Pearson puts it up. No good. As the rebound comes off to Preston, they try to get it out of the front, up into the front court, and at the buzzer, a long shot put up by Pearson. That it's no good, and we'll head to the fourth quarter. Preston leads by 37-16 as we head to the fourth. Back with more right after this.
KACH.
At Rounds & Associates Insurance, we've been in business since 1948. And while many of the faces may have changed, there's one thing that still stays the same: our personalized customer service. Our customers will always come first, whatever your needs. At Rounds & Associates Insurance, we have many different insurance options and can find the right option for you and your needs. Call us today to find out more. 208-852-2500. 208-852-2500, or drop by the office, 85 South State Street.
There's a special bond between people and their pets. One that's built during playtime, chore time, cuddle time, and of course, lots of meal times. That's why IFA Country Stores carries all the best food for all kinds of pets, whether they're a part of your lifestyle, a part of your livelihood, or a part of your family. IFA Country Stores, helping to grow the things you love.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Well, we head to the fourth quarter here tonight. Preston actually outscored in that quarter. Is only 7-6 scoring-wise, and they lead by 21 as we start the fourth. Pocatello has the ball to start the quarter. Gunderson gets it up into the front court. As she brings it back across the top of the key, down the middle, she lost it and grabbed out of midair by Larson. Gives it off to Mosier, back up into the front court. Mosier comes down the right side. Lords has it in the right corner, back out top to Mosier again. Mosier will pull it back out as it comes back to Meek on a little skip pass over to the left side, back to Moser. Moser back over to Meek. As she looks down low, gives it to Knapp down on the left block, off the glass, no good. Rebound inside. Boy, Lords almost had it, but it was taken away inside. A good box-out job by Murdoch to get the rebound away from her. So it comes up to Gunderson back in the front court. Mosier reaches in, takes it away. Here comes comes Preston 2-on-1, and Gunderson reaches in and hits the ball, but she also apparently hit the arm as she'll draw the foul. So Gunderson draws the foul. That's her third. As Haley Meek's going to come to the bench. As Riley Ward comes back on the floor here for Preston. Ward gives it to Moser, now back to Ward. She holds it up way outside, now back to Addie. Moser down the right side, gives it back out top to Ward, back to Moser again on the right side. Tries to drive, and she's fouled. As Murdoch reaches out and grabbed her as she was headed around her and was trying to go baseline. So another foul on Murdoch. That's her second. Preston ball underneath their own basket. Moser will bring it in as she gets it into Lords in the right corner. Now gets it back as Moser wants to drive baseline, and she's inadvertently tripped. Again, Murdoch comes over with a defense, got a knee out, and knocked her down. Another unintentional personal foul, and Murdoch so quickly got three. So Moser brings it in. Down low to Larson. Little hook shot in the paint, no good. Ball tapped away as it was taken away by Fulmer. and finally chased down and picked up by Gunderson, who brings the ball back up into the front court for Pocatello. 37-16, Preston leads by 21. Gunderson's drive, no good, is bounced off the rim as Larson able to pull the ball back down. Gets it back to Mosier, quickly up into the front court. Addy again wants to drive, kicks it in the right corner to Lords. Now Mosier gets it back again, top of the key. Back to Lords, one bounce dribble, steps inside the arc, needs a bounce, won't get it, bounces off the rim 3 or 4 times, comes back over to Moser, hits the jump shot from the left side, and Addie's got her first 2 points of the game. As 40-16, Preston on top. As driving all the way is Pearson with the layup. No, as it rolled in, came out, and it'll stay with Pocatello underneath the basket. I'm guessing the scoreboard is not right, as it says Preston's leading 90-16. I believe that's supposed to say 40. Now they have it right. As 90-16 would be a heck of an effort by the Lady Indians, let me tell you, as it comes back into Pearson. Not that it's also not possible, but not tonight, as they try to get it down low. It goes right through the hands of Fulmer and out of bounds, as Tino able to pivot and snap that pass down low. A little bit too much mustard on it, went right through Fulmer's hands and out of bounds. As coming into the game here is Emma Coons for Preston, as she gets her first time on the floor here tonight. She makes her second appearance on the varsity squad this year. She played limited minutes in the game against Logan the other night. She has it in the left corner. Gives it back out top to Ward. Got a hand on it, taken away. As driving all the way down is Pearson, left-hand layup, no good. As the rebound comes off to Addie Moser, who again comes back the other way. 3-on-2. Here comes Preston down and Moser runs into Fulmer. And it can be a charge or block. It's going to be a blocking foul against Fulmer. So Fulmer whistled for the foul. Shooting foul will send Addie to the free throw line with 5 minutes left here in the contest. And the first one by Addie is good. Moser, just her second make from the free throw line this year, as she officially would now be 2 out of 13 at the line. And she makes them both. So Moser makes both free throws, as she has a total of 4 points in the game. And I'll tell you what, they're having all kinds of problems with the scoreboard. It should be 42-16. It says 92-16. It also showed overtime a minute ago, as a little runner along the baseline put up by Ellie Johnson is good. So 42-18, Preston on top. Down low, napped, Geis entry pass, and Acacia makes the layup from the right side. So 44-18, Preston on top. As Pearson driving, flips it up in the air, pulled out of midair there by Fulmer. Has it down low. She's fouled before she can go up. As Fulmer will go to the free throw line here to shoot a pair. It may just, for the folks running the scoreboard here in Pocatello, it may seem like 94-18, but it's really not. As first shot by Fulmer is banked in as she makes the first free throw. Gives her a total of 6 in the game. 44-19 is the current score, as it is Chloe Fulmer back to the line again. Second one bounces around, no good. Knapp has the rebound for Preston. She gives it to Ward, who makes her way back up into the front court. Mosier to Lords down in the right corner. Now back outside to Moser. Addie driving, kicks it back to Lords. Steps inside. A two-pointer from the right side is good. Nice shot from distance by Carly Lords as she gets on the score sheet. Makes it 46-19. As Pearson back up into the front court. They must have given up to try to fix the scoreboard. It still says 96-19. Bounce it down low. Fulmer can't get the shot. Gives it to Teno in the paint. Goes up, no. Fulmer with the rebound, no. But she'll go back to the free throw line again. So she gets a couple of chances down low, can't get either of them to go. Foul's going to be on Acacia Knapp. That'll be her second. And tonight's game brought to you by Naylor Insurance. For home, health, life, and auto insurance through Mutual of Enumclaw, call Naylor Insurance, 153 North State Street in Preston. Give them a jingle at 852-0810. 852-0810. Time out on the floor. We'll be right back.
KACH.
More and more people are moving to the Preston area to live and retire. Since 1978, Ralph Construction's been building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community, the only 55-year-old plus community in the city of Preston. Come see the downsized, no-hassle lifestyle that Blue Sage Park offers. Ralph Construction will build to your custom specifications, or you can choose one of their existing floor plans. They're just starting phase 2, so there's plenty of great lots still available. Ralph Construction. Call for more information, 435-232-1837. Lawn care and snow removal included. Blue Sage Park by Ralph Construction, 435-232-1837.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
And tonight's game is also brought to you by Franklin County Medical Center, providing you the best care in all of the Cache Valley. Franklin County Medical Center, 44 North First West in Preston. Glad to have you with us, with you here tonight. Dan Hubbard here, John Beverly back in the studio as Preston with a handy lead, 46-19, well on their way to their 12th win of the year as the top-rated team, the number 1 team in 4A in the state of Idaho, have come out and kind of flexed their muscles against Pocatello here tonight in their first conference game of the year as Fulmer back to the free throw line. Her first free throw is good. So Fulmer's got 8. The lead is 26 as it's 46-20. Fulmer's next free throw rolls out as the rebound comes off to Preston as Ward brings the ball back up into the front court. Riley, top of the key, swings it over to Moser. Can't get the shot as she gets cut off. Back down low, comes back to Meek. Knapp has it now in the paint, and the entry pass is knocked away. Finds its way back into the hands of Riley Ward. Back down low as it comes back to Coons again, who remains out on the floor. Back to Moser. Right corner again, back to Lord, standing in the three-point range, doesn't take it. Bounce it down low to Knapp. Turnaround left-hander is short off the front of the rim, and Tenno has the rebound. As Preston will not put on the full court pressure, they'll back out of it as up the court comes Pearson. Stops the dribble at the top of the key, gives it over, now gets it back as her pass was over on the right side, back to Johnson. Holding it up above her head is Williams onto the floor. She gets it back down low, put back, and again it's Fulmer inside, able to get the rebound away from Knapp and go back up for the basket, and Fulmer's now got 10 in the game. As ball's loose, taken away again by Pocatello. Is Tenno able to pick it up? Gives it to Pearson. Up in the front court, Johnson from the left side. That's no good. Tapped around again. Lord's able to come down with it this time for Preston. She'll give it back to Ward. Ward says, hold on a minute. Let's slow this down a little bit and work a little clock. And she gives it to Lords. Now gets it back top of the key. Back on the right side to Lords. Again, down low to Knapp. And again, Keisha can't make the layup down low. And the rebound's off to Pocatello with 2:05 left in regulation. Up into the front court, here comes Pearson. Goes to Johnson on the right side, holds it up over her head. In the right corner, gives it back to Pearson again. Free throw line extended right. To Tenno at the right elbow. Turns in the paint. Left-hand shot high off the glass, no. As Fulmer has the rebound, able to go back up and put it back in again. So Fulmer, keeping the game interesting at least, makes it 44-24. It's now a 20-point lead for the Indians. Lords, the three-pointer from the right side. That's no good with 1.5 minutes to play. Tenno has another rebound. Gives it off to Pearson. Quickly, it's Fulmer again down low. And she's fouled going to the basket. As she's fouled from behind as she got ahead of someone. It looks like the foul's going to be against Addie Moser. That'll be 3 on Addie. So again, back to the free throw line. Fulmer will go. 46-24. Fulmer now with a total of a dozen in the game as she misses the front end of the two-shot foul here. as Tenno will come out with 1:26 to play and a 22-point lead here for the Indians. Fulmer's next shot, that one is good and gives her a total of 13 here in the contest. And timeouts. Nope, Pocatello will run in a couple of subs here as, again, Paige Austin will come back onto the floor for the final 1:26 of the game. Robertson back onto the floor here for the Indians as well. Has it, gets it up into the front court as they bounce the ball inside to Knapp, back outside to Mosier in the right corner, who travels. So Mosier traveled, which is okay because I thought Acacia Knapp traveled before she initially threw the pass anyway. So the ball comes back over to Pocatello, with Preston leading by 21 as the pass inside to Hawkinson is knocked away from her. Lords has it for the Indians, back up into the front court to Mosier in the right corner. Back out to Lords, doesn't take the shot. But Kuntz will as she hits the jumper from the left side. Emma Kuntz with 2 points here tonight. And quickly back down at the other end, a foul against Preston as Emma Kuntz makes the basket and then commits the foul at the other end. Kuntz, who played a few minutes in that game against Logan, also had 2 points in that game as the pass inside to Austin is knocked away from her. Back outside, Pearson for three. Needs a bounce, won't get it. As again, the rebound comes off again to Hawkinson. Her shot is no good. Preston has the rebound. Mosier pushes back up into the front court. 30 seconds to play in the game. Mosier is going to be fouled on the drive, and she will go back to the free throw line. So Addie, who's made a couple of free throws so far here tonight, now gets a couple of more with 28 seconds left. 48-25, Preston on top. 28 seconds left. Preston will improve their record to 12-3 as Mosier makes the first. They will also extend their winning streak to what is a season-high 4 straight games and pick up their first win in conference play with a win here tonight as Mosier misses the second. She's 3 out of 4 from the free throw line tonight as the rebound is off to Pocatello. As back up in the front court, Johnson gives it back to Pearson. Back into the game here is Williams. She doesn't take the shot, gives it back to Pearson from the left elbow. Shot no good. And down low, the rebound picked up by, who was that? That was Austin, and she was fouled as she tried to go back up with 12 seconds left. So Paige Austin goes to the free throw line, and her first one is no good. Next game for the Indians comes up on Friday. They will be at Marsh Valley against the Eagles. 7:15 pregame, 7:30 tip. We'll have it for you here on KACH. As Austin makes the second free throw. She has 3 points in the game. And it's 49-26 as down low. Mosier quickly up the floor, was fouled again on the way to the basket with 7 seconds left. So Addie, who's had her best night of the year shooting free throws, having made 3 so far here tonight, gets another one and makes that one. She's 4 out of 5 from the free throw line tonight. And has a total of 6 points in the game. That one's no good. Knapp hustles for the long rebound. She has it in the right corner. As she tries to go baseline, gets cut off, and she travels before she can throw the pass to Robertson. So the ball will come back over to Pocatello. 50-26 is the score in the game. And hold on, now all of a sudden the referees want to get together and talk here for a second. This is not going to be a high water mark for the Indians. They have scored as many as 65 in a game. But it's still a heck of a performance in picking up the win here tonight against Pokey. As they bring the ball in backcourt. Does Pocatello. As the ball comes to Johnson. Her shot at the buzzer is no good. And this one is done here tonight as Preston picks up the win. Final score here this evening, 50-26. It's a 24-point victory over Pocatello in their first meeting of the year. And the two teams will meet again coming up in a couple of weeks at Preston Gym, as Preston able to pick up the nice win here this evening. 50-26, the final. Stay tuned. The postgame show coming up next.
Tonight's game has been brought to you by West Motors, celebrating their 75th year in the Cache Valley. Stokes Market True Value, with the freshest meat and produce, and now preparing and selling sushi. Franklin County Medical Center, with the finest care in all of the Cache Valley. Rounds & Associates Insurance Agency, an independent agency with many options for all of your insurance needs. Preston Auto Parts Car Quest. We have all the parts your car may need to keep running strong. Webb Funeral Home, serving Preston and the surrounding community since 1925. Ralph's Construction, building new homes in the Blue Sage Park region in Preston. Naylor Insurance, for home, health, life, and auto from Mutual of Enumclaw. Preston Pharmacy, now with their own app to help make tracking your prescriptions easier. Now stay tuned for the postgame show, coming right up.
Behind every project is a True Value. At Stokes Market and True Value in Preston, whether you need hardware, dog food, tools, batteries, plumbing supplies, paint, or cleaning products, you'll find them all. Plus a whole lot more at Stokes Market and True Value. With a large inventory, you'll find all the big name brands you trust and low prices every time you visit. So whether you're just starting or you're in the middle of a project, stop in today and visit our friendly, knowledgeable staff. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
So I'm a typical banking customer.
And I'm a nearby ATM.
And I'm taking $20 out of my account.
And I'll process that $20 and take back $4.
Why do machines designed to give us money end up taking it right back? Introducing Kasasa, the free account that pays refunds on ATM fees and a lot more. To find a free Kasasa checking account near you, search Kasasa.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NC.
At Franklin County Medical Center, their goal is to get you back in the game, back to work, and back to your normal way of life. Franklin County Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has a team of therapists who specialize in providing you an individualized treatment plan, helping you reach your goals, working with doctors from all over the region to make your recovery convenient and close to home. Call today so you can stop suffering and start healing. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality
a proud member of the co-op. We save you money on advertising and enable you to reach more customers. We are KACH, Preston, Clarkston.
This is the Preston Indians postgame show. Coming up, we'll recap tonight's game, take a look at the final stats, and a look at other games from around the area on the Ron Keller Tires scoreboard.
And welcome back here as the Preston Indians pick up a fairly lopsided win tonight. They win by 24 over the Pocatello Indians, 50-26 the final, as Preston improves their record to 12-3. They've won a season-high 4 straight games, and they pick up their first conference win here tonight over the Indians by 24 points. Pretty much the things we talked about in the pregame show was done entirely by the Preston Indians tonight. They played well. They had good ball movement, good shooting. They stayed out of foul trouble for the most part, as well as they were able to put together a good shooting night and run off to the victory over Pocatello here this evening. So 50-26 the final, as the number 1 team in 4A in the state of Idaho picks up a win. And their first conference win here tonight. They will see Pocatello again coming up on January the 14th. So about, 8 days away back over in Preston, as that'll be the fact that will be senior night when Pocatello is there on the 14th. So they still have the return trip to make back to Preston coming up in about a week. So Preston wins by 24. Take a timeout, come back, look at the final stats next.
KACH.
The year is 1945. America is at war with Japan. The average home costs $5,000. And a day's worth of hard labor will earn you $9. 1945 is the year West Motor Company said, hey, let's sell cars in Cache Valley and give people a better car buying experience. Today, 75 years later, West Motor is still giving you a better experience. Right now, enjoy 0% financing or save more than ever on a new truck or SUV. See westmotorcompany.com for pictures, details, and discounts on every vehicle.
WestMotorCompany.com.
This is Ron Smaley from Webb Funeral Home, thanking Preston Indian and Westside Pirate fans for your loyalty over the years. You have helped make Webb Funeral Home Franklin County's most trusted name in funeral services since 1925. Our staff is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to provide compassionate service in your time of need. We also offer a full range of services, including many funeral pre-planning options to meet everyone's budget, an excellent monument selection, and the best aftercare services available. Let us answer any questions you may have by calling 208-852-0533. Webb Funeral Home, since 1925. You know us, you trust us, we're here to stay.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Well, let's take a look at this final score sheet from tonight's game. First for Pocatello, as Kylie Murdoch played but did not score. Same for Jordan Burt, as she also played but did not score. Hawkinson finished the game with no points. Hallie Pearson had 6 points in the game, but she did not score in the second half. Ellie Johnson had 4 for Pocatello. Chloe Fulmer ended up the leading scorer for the Pocatello Indians, as she had 13 in the game. Paige Austin had 3, and Alexa Tenno had 1. Pocatello shot 17 free throws in the game, and they ended up 9 of 17 from the free throw line. For the Preston Indians, Sydney Marlowe with 2, Keisha Knapp had 2. Riley Ward finished the game with 3. Kylie Larson had 12 in the game. Carly Lords had 2. Addie Mosier had 2. 2 points also for Emma Coons. Michaela Robertson with 5 tonight, and the leading scorer in the game for both teams was Haley Meek, who finished the game with 16 points. All the players who played in the game for Preston scored at least a point here tonight, as the Preston Indians shot a total of 15 free throws, and they were 11 of 15 from the free throw line here tonight. Final score again, 50-26, taking our last time out. We'll come back. We'll tell you what's on tap for the Indians and wrap up tonight's broadcast right after this.
KACH.
Sushi. A word that is as fun to say as the food is to eat. Try it. Say sushi. Now run down to Stokes Market and pick up some fresh-made sushi. Yes, I said Stokes Market. They now have the family fresh sushi specialists making outstanding sushi platters and party trays fresh every day. They even make up custom platters so you can get your favorite sushi dishes. Any kind of fish upon request, even vegetable sushi available with no meat. Enjoy the fresh-made platters already available, or order the kind of sushi you want. Give them 2 hours and a special custom sushi platter will be waiting for you at Stokes Market in Preston. Go ahead, say it. I know you want to. Sushi, fresh for you right now.
At Franklin County Medical Center, their goal is to get you back in the game, back to work, and back to your normal way of life. Franklin County Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has a team of therapists who specialize in providing you an individualized treatment plan, helping you reach your goals, working with doctors from all over the region to make your recovery convenient and close to home. Call today so you can stop suffering and start healing. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and
KACH.
Well, next up for the Lady Indians is Friday night, as they will head to Marsh Valley to face the Eagles. The pregame show gets underway at 7:15 with the tip-off at 7:30, and we'll have coverage for you here on KACH 105.5 FM and AM 1340 and on mylocalradio.com. So the number 1 team in 4A back on the floor on Friday night. Next up for the Preston boys team, our next broadcast is tomorrow night, as they'll be at home playing host to the Blackfoot Broncos, who they've beaten once earlier this year. We'll have coverage for you again, same times, pregame show at 7:15 tomorrow night, and the tip-off at 7:30. We'll again have coverage here on KACH FM 105.5 and AM 1340 along with mylocalradio.com. And, of course, don't forget tomorrow night we'll also have video coverage of the JV game tomorrow night with the tip-off at 6 p.m. for the JV game before the main contest against Blackfoot coming up tomorrow evening. So that'll wrap up our coverage from Pocatello tonight. As the executive producer of KACH Radio Sports is Val Cook. Our studio coordinator tonight has been John Beverly. Reminding you of the final score as the Preston Lady Indians improve their record to 12-3. They've won 4 in a row, which is a season high, and they win their first game in conference play, and with a 50-26 win tonight over the Pocatello Lady Indians in Pocatello. Until tomorrow night, I'm Dan Hubbard saying thanks for joining us and have a very pleasant good night as we'll talk to you again tomorrow.
Thank you for listening to the Preston Indians Postgame Show. This broadcast has been a production of Preston Broadcasting, LLC, and was intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Use of any portion of this production, its accounts or descriptions, in whole or in part, may not be used or rebroadcast without the express written permission of Preston Broadcasting, LLC.